Chapter 15. Degree, let us be calm, plus or minus, said Uncle Benjamin. Degree, let us be perfectly calm. Plus or minus. Degree, calm, plus or minus. Mrs. Frederick wrung her hands. Degree, how can I be calm? How could anybody be calm under such a disgrace as this? Plus or minus. Degree, why in the world did you let her go? Plus or minus, asked Uncle James. Degree let her. How could I stop her, James? It seems she packed the big valise and sent it away with Roaring Abel when he went home after supper, while Christine and I were out in the kitchen. Then Doss herself came down with her little satchel, dressed in her green serge suit. I felt a terrible premonition. I can't tell you how it was, but I seemed to know that Doss was going to do something dreadful. Plus or minus. Degree, it's a pity you couldn't have had your premonition a little sooner, plus or minus, said Uncle Benjamin drily. Degree, I said, Doss, where are you going, and she said, I am going to look for my blue castle. Plus or minus. Degree, would you think that would convince Marsh that her mind is affected? Plus or minus, interjected Uncle James. Degree, and I said, Valancy, what do you mean? And she said, I am going to keep house for Roaring Abel and Nurse Sissy. He will pay me $30 a month. I wonder I didn't drop dead on the spot. Plus or minus. Degree, you shouldn't have let her go, you shouldn't have let her out of the house, plus or minus, said Uncle James. Degree, you should have locked the door, anything, plus or minus. Degree, she was between me and the front door. And you can realize how determined she was. She was like a rock. That's the strangest thing of all about her. She used to be so good and obedient, and now she's neither to hold nor bind. But I said everything I could think of to bring her to her senses. I asked her if she had no regard for her reputation. I said to her solemnly, Doss, when a woman's reputation is once smirched, nothing can ever make it spotless again. Your character will be gone forever if you go to Roaring Abel's to wait on a bad girl like Sissy. And she said, I don't believe Sissy was a bad girl, but I don't care if she was. Those were her very words, I don't care if she was. Plus or minus. Degree, she has lost all sense of decency, plus or minus, exploded Uncle Benjamin. Degree, Sissy Gay is dying, she said, and it's a shame and disgrace that she is dying in a Christian community with no one to do anything for her. Whatever she has been or done, she is a human being. Plus or minus. Degree, well, when it comes to that, I suppose she is, plus or minus, said Uncle James with the air of one making a splendid concession. Degree, I asked Doss if she had no regard for appearances. She said, I've been keeping up appearances all my life. Now I am going in for realities. Appearances can go hang, plus or minus. Degree, an outrageous thing, plus or minus, said Uncle Benjamin violently. Degree, an outrageous thing, plus or minus. Which relieved his feelings, but didn't help anyone else. Mrs. Frederick wept. Cousin Stickles took up the refrain between her moans of despair. Degree, I told her, both told her that Roaring Abel had certainly killed his wife in one of his drunken rages and would kill her. She laughed and said, I am not afraid of Roaring Abel. He won't kill me and he's too old for me to be afraid of his gallantries. What did she mean? What are gallantries, plus or minus? Mrs. Frederick saw that she must stop crying if she wanted to regain control of the conversation. Degree, I said to her, Valancy, if you have no regard for your own reputation and your family's standing, have you none for my Feelings, she said, none. Just like that, underscore none underscore, plus or minus. Degree insane people never underscore do underscore have any regard for other people's feelings, plus or minus. Said Uncle Benjamin. Degree that's one of the symptoms. Plus or minus. Degree, I broke out into tears then, and she said, come now, mother, be a good sport. I am going to do an act of Christian charity, and as for the damage it will do my reputation, why, you know I haven't any matrimonial chances anyhow, so what does it matter? And with that she turned and went out. Plus or minus. Degree the last words I said to her, plus or minus, said Cousin Stickles, pathetically. Degree were, who will rub my back at nights now, and she said, but no, I cannot repeat it. Plus or minus. Degree nonsense, plus or minus, said Uncle Benjamin. Degree out with it. This is no time to be squeamish. Plus or minus. Degree, she said, plus or minus. Cousin Stickles' voice was little more than a whisper. Degree, she said, oh, underscore darn underscore, plus or minus. Degree, to think I should have lived to hear my daughter swearing, plus or minus, sobbed Mrs. Frederick. Degree it was only imitation swearing, plus or minus, faltered Cousin Stickles, desirous of smoothing things over now that the worst was out. But she had underscore never underscore told about the banister. Degree it will be only a step from that to real swearing, plus or minus, said Uncle James sternly. Degree the worst of this, plus or minus. Miss Frederick hunted for a dry spot on her handkerchief. Degree is that everyone will know now that she is deranged. We can't keep it a secret any longer. Oh, I cannot bear it, plus or minus. Degree, you should have been stricter with her when she was young, plus or minus, said Uncle Benjamin. Degree, I don't see how I could have been, plus or minus, said Mrs. Frederick truthfully. Enough. Degree the worst feature of the case is that Snaith scoundrel is always hanging around roaring Abel s, plus or minus, said Uncle James. Degree, I shall be thankful if nothing worse comes of this mad freak than a few weeks at roaring Abel s. Sissy gay underscore can t underscore live much longer. Plus or minus. Degree, and she didn't even take her flannel petticoat, plus or minus, lamented Cousin Stickles. Degree, I LLC Ambrose Marsh again about this, plus or minus, said Uncle Benjamin, meaning Valency, not the flannel petticoat. Degree, I LLC Lawyer Ferguson, plus or minus, said Uncle James. Degree, meanwhile, plus or minus, added Uncle Benjamin. Degree, let us be calm. Plus or minus.